One of my, you talk a
You
lot.
go.
It's your turn, you be quiet. You just rest, breathe. My favorite moment was at the Cattle Barons Ball when JR looks at Sue Ellen and he says there's somebody I'd wanted to make amends with for a long time. And he walks across the floor and comes up and talks to Sue Ellen. That was the first scene that JR and Sue Ellen had had in 22 years. It was a magical scene, and there were people behind the camera literally tearing. I just came right into Sue Ellen. He was right there as J.R. Ewing, and to me that was a special moment. Wait.
If you ask me, you'd make a hell of a governor. And if I do say so, you are still the prettiest girl at the ball.
Mine was with Larry as well. The first scene I had on the set as we started the show was the scene where Bobby goes into the rest home and has a one-sided conversation with JR. It was very poignant.
All those fights, JR. Over Ewing Oil and South Fork.
But I must say the other thing that strikes me as I watched the show and looked at it was how right it felt to do the scenes that I did with Brenda Strong as a Bobby and wife couple. And that's the hardest job, I think, on the new show, for her to come in and have to fill those shoes, you know, created by Victoria as the other perfect Mrs. Bobby Ewing. And that was a tough thing for her to step into because she knew she was going to be compared to it, you know, all the time. It just worked perfectly, and so I was really happy with that. But the scene with Larry is the one that grabbed my heart.
Yeah, you were beautiful in that scene.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Humble, gracious,
So
all those things that you're known for.
It was all that silent stuff he was giving me to work off of.
Yeah, and then you have to get back past the eyebrows.
Yeah, right.
It's like, who are you?
On the other hand, there's another one-sided dialogue where you are laying there and he's speaking to you.
I love
There's
that
two.
scene.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind when you hear him saying these
Well,
things?
I'll tell you quite honestly, we did the rehearsal and I can't lay there in a coma and start crying and start doing that. So I got earplugs, you know, wetted them, got them all caked in there, and I could just barely hear his voice.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And I was literally thinking of everything in the world, like, what am I going to make for dinner tonight? I was going to think, because I had to not listen to him because it would have killed me, because
Yeah.
it killed me in rehearsal.
I had people calling me, I'm sure you did, saying, oh my God, that first episode, we got right back into it. We loved the conflict. Bam, they loved it. So it's been seamless. I think it's just been this lovely, fluid movement from one to the other, not even remembering 20 years had passed. That's kind of shocking.